Hey, welcome to Scribble Practice. Today I've got some big emotions just kind of sitting on the surface. So I am going to go back to basics, and instead of having an idea of what I'm going to scribble or an idea of where to start, I'm just going to connect with my emotions. Maybe you want to do the same. And I'm going to scribble how those emotions are feeling. So if you're having some big emotions today, welcome to the club. And if you're not having some big emotions today, maybe you can connect with big emotions that you had another day. Or maybe you just want to bookmark this and come back to it another time when you do have some big emotions. Or maybe you just want to have some scribbles without the emotions. I don't know. But definitely, if you're connecting with those emotions, do your best to let the emotion choose the color. So rather than thinking about what color you're going to use, you're just going to go with, maybe you see the color of the emotion. Maybe you look at a bunch of colors and one of them jumps out at you. Maybe you're just like, I have got to use the color green. Any of those ways, and there's many other ways that the color can be communicated to you. Those are just the ones that I know best. If there are ways that you have color communicated to you or shape communicated to you, just let me know in the comments because I love to hear. Then just let those emotions show you. What needs to come out today. And also, if you have little things little messages maybe that start being shared. Sometimes I hear these in my head, or sometimes I sort of like just feel them in my body, but when I hear them in my head, it's different than a thought. It's not something that I can describe with words. All I can say is that. But, worth listening to, because maybe it's something bigger than you communicating. So right now in my head, maybe it's in my body. I'm not, again, really hard to communicate with words for me. These kinds of feelings and emotions, they're not really emotions, but I guess these kinds of communications. But I'm definitely hearing that it's all going to be fine. The big emotions are fine. And there's no need to worry. It's a pretty comforting message to hear. And still the emotions are there, even though I had a comforting message. That's okay too. So I continue to scribble until the emotions either process or I feel like that's it for the day. And as I'm connecting with the emotions, I'm also at times connecting with the stories that the emotions are creating in my mind. These can be the real beginnings for me of worry and that kind of thing. Anxiety, those biggies. It's the stories that get made up. And so if that's happening for you, you can connect with those stories too and start to process them through the scribbles. I picked up an orange and I got right away that I needed something that was more clashing. So I went with green, a darker green. And just like that, that's how color gets communicated for me. It's actually a really good way to do it as well. If you're kind of stuck and not really knowing what to do next, you can just pick up a color. This one, I'm getting a no right away for that one. This one, no, well, maybe. Okay, so then I'll use it. Sometimes when you get started, then you get a no really quickly and you can just put it back down. It's not a fine science at all. It's a practice though of listening to your inner guidance. And perhaps it's also outer guidance. That's what I believe, at least. I believe it's outer guidance. When we get quiet and listen, we're able to listen to that outer guidance. Those powers that are, or energies that can't be deciphered by the senses that we have named, like sight, touch, hearing, sound, taste, those ones. So now this is getting pretty full, but I'm not feeling an end yet. So keep going, I will. I had paint out, I'd put some paint on top of this. Maybe I need to go and get some. This isn't gonna do it for me. So even with the paint, I didn't have it out, but I was feeling really drawn to putting some paint over this. So I just went with it, and that's all it is. Just going with it without question, without saying, oh, I can't do that because of this or that or this. You know, my mind is saying, this video is too long. People like shorter videos. But this is what my body needs right now. So I'm just going with it. I encourage you to do the same. It's not always easy, trust me, I know. It's not always easy to go with what you need rather than what you think people want. Or at least that's my experience, I should say. Maybe it's totally easy for you. I shouldn't make any assumptions. Maybe it's totally easy for you to go with how you feel rather than what you think other people want or need. That is not my experience. If you do find that easy, let me know how. Let me know how you do that. I need all the teaching I can get there. I come to the scribbles for that kind of teaching. That was super cathartic. Loved it. Loved it. Let me know how this felt for you. I usually say to do another scribble practice, but if you're feeling like you need to do more, just start this video over. That's really, just start it over and do it again. Just stick with it. I'll see you tomorrow for another scribble practice. Bye. Thanks for being here.